Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami was an Indian Gaudiya Vaishnava guru who founded ISKCON, commonly known as the Hare Krishna movement. Members of ISKCON view Bhaktivedanta Swami as a representative and messenger of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Born in Calcutta, now Kolkata, in a Suvarna Banik family, he was educated at the Scottish Church College. While working at a small pharmaceutical business, he met and became a follower of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. In 1959, after his retirement, he left his family to become a sannyasi and started writing commentaries on Vaishnava scriptures. As a traveling Vaishnava monk, he became an influential communicator of Gaudiya Vaishnavite theology across India and the Western world through his leadership of ISKCON, founded in 1966. He was well regarded by a number of American religious scholars but was criticized by anti-cult groups. He has been described by his followers as a charismatic guru, who was successful in acquiring followers in many Western countries and India. After his death in 1977, ISKCON, the society he founded based on a form of Hindu Krishna Bhakti using the Bhagavata Purana as a central scripture, continued to grow. Early life Prabhupada was born Abhay Charan on 1 September 1896 in Calcutta. He was also called Nandulal. His parents, Gaur Mohan Dar and Rajani Dar, were devout Vaishnavas and resided in Calcutta. Abhay Charan studied at the Scottish Church College. He is said to have refused his degree in response to Gandhi's calls to challenge British rule. In 1919, at the age of 22, he was married to Radharani Devi, who was then 11 years old, in a marriage arranged by their parents. At 14, Radharani Devi gave birth to their first son. Religious journey in 1922, he met his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, in Prayagraj. He was asked to spread the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English language. In 1933 he became a formally initiated disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta. In 1944, he started the publication called Back to Godhead, for which he was writer, designer, publisher, editor, copy editor and distributor. In 1947, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Society gave him the title Bhaktivedanta, Bhaktivedanta. He became known by the honorific Prabhupada. From 1950 onwards, he lived at the medieval Radha Damodar Mandir in the holy town of Vrindavan, where he began his commentary and translation work of the Sanskrit work Bhagavata Purana. His guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura, had always encouraged him to publish books referring to the need for the literary presentation of the Vaishnava culture. Renunciation Prabhupada also lived at Gaudiya Matha at Mathura, Uttar Pradesh, where he wrote and edited the Gaudiya Patrika magazine. While there he donated the statue of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu which stands on the altar beside those of Radha Krishna, named Sri Sri Radha Vinoda Vihariji. In September 1959, he was initiated as a sannyasi by his friend Bhakti Prajanana Keshava and was given the title of Swami. He published the first book of Bhagavata Purana. Mission to the West. Main article, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Prabhupada's Palace of Gold in West Virginia, USA. In 1982, Prabhupada was the first Hindu preacher to take advantage of the removal of national quotas by the 1965 Immigration Act of the United States. In July 1966, he founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, in New York City. He defended the name, arguing that Krishna included all other forms and concepts of God. In 1967, a center was started in San Francisco. He traveled throughout America with his disciples, popularizing the movement through street chanting, sankirtana, book distribution and public speeches. George Harrison of the Beatles produced a recording with some of the devotees in London and helped establish the Radha Krishna temple in that city. Over the following years, his role as preacher and leader of the Krishna consciousness movement took him around the world several times, setting up temples and communities in other countries. By the time of his death in Vrindavan in 1977, ISKCON had become an internationally known expression of Vaishnavism. Through his mission, he followed and preached the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and introduced Bhakti Yoga to an international audience. Within Gaudiya Vaishnavism, this was viewed as the fulfillment of a long-time mission to introduce Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings to the world. In India, beginning his public preaching mission in India, he founded the League of Devotees in Jhansi in 1953. On his return to India in 1971, he oversaw the construction of temples in Mumbai, Mayapur and Vrindavan. He started a chain of ISKCON schools. Bhaktivedanta Swami died on the 14th of November 1977 at the age of 81, in Vrindavan, India. His body was buried in Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. Teachings Religion Prabhupada said, "Actually, it doesn't matter, Krishna or Christ, the name is the same. The main point is to follow the injunctions of the Vedic scriptures that recommend chanting the name of God in this age." Other typical expressions present a different perspective, where he pointed out that, "Today I may be a Hindu, but tomorrow I may become a Christian or Muslim." In this way faiths can be changed, but dharma is a natural sequence, a natural occupation or a connection, and it cannot be changed, because it is permanent, according to him. While the ISKCON theology of personal God is close to Christian theology, both personal and monotheistic, being a preacher of bhakti and a missionary, he sometimes would add that, "Already many Christians have tasted the nectar of divine love of the holy name and are dancing with karatalas, hand cymbals, and mridangas, drums." His approach to modern knowledge was similar to that of sectarian Orthodox Judaism, where the skills and technical knowledge of modernity are encouraged, but the values rejected. Whatever our engagement is, by offering the result to Krishna we become Krishna conscious. Similar to many traditional religions, he considered sexuality and spirituality as conflicting opposites. Samadhi of Prabhupada in Vrindavan. A number of samadhis or shrines to Bhaktivedanta Swami were constructed by the members of ISKCON, with those in Mayapur and Vrindavan in India being notable. Prabhupada's Palace of Gold, built by the new Vrindavan community in 1979, was intended to be a residence for Bhaktivedanta Swami, but has now developed into a tourist attraction. In 1996 the Government of India issued a commemorative stamp, and in 2021, a 125 rupees commemorative coin in his honor. Books and publishing. Bhaktivedanta Swami's books are considered to be among his most significant contributions. During the final 12 years of his life, Bhaktivedanta Swami translated over 60 volumes of classic Hindu scriptures, e.g. Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam, into the English language. His Bhagavad Gita as it is was published by Macmillan Publishers in 1968 with an unabridged edition in 1972. It is now available in over 60 languages around the world, with some of his other books available in over 80 different languages. The Bhaktivedanta Book Trust was established in 1972 to publish his works. In February 2014, ISKCON's news agency reported reaching a milestone of distributing over 500 million books authored by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada since 1965. आपके प्यार और सहयोग के लिए हम आभारी हैं। कृपया चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, लाइक करें, शेयर करें और कमेंट करें। धन्यवाद।